This is what you need to know about getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and what to do next. What's good? It's your boy Coach T, and welcome back to the Mud Talk Radio channel. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because if you're into fashion, sports, life, and culture, then you're into this channel. Let's go. Before we get into today's video, man, celebration alert, man. We just hit 1K, man. Well, we actually didn't just hit it, man. It happened a few days ago. And I just want to say, man, shout out to everybody that's been riding with me along the journey of going from 0 subs to 1K subs. It took me a lot longer than I anticipated, but after further review, I think it took the right amount of time, and I'm gonna explain why. So every day you get on YouTube, if you're just like me and you're thinking about starting a channel, or you've already created a channel, maybe you are like me and you made a channel a few years ago but never posted to that channel, and you're deciding today is the day that I actually take this thing seriously and I start posting content. One thing I learned about that was that it's very, very scary. That's the first thing I learned, is that when you come from different social media platforms, for me, my favorite at the time was Instagram, where as it stands now, if you haven't already, go ahead over to Instagram and make sure if you're into content like this, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram and, check out some of my content. But either way, on Instagram, got 6K, followers. Not a massive following, just a few followers over there. And it's a very comfortable space to be in. One problem with being comfortable is that when you're comfortable, you don't really grow. In order to get out of your comfort zone, you're gonna have to do something that's a bit different. And for me, it was getting on YouTube, number one, figuring out what type of content I wanted to post, how to record the content, and I had to, number two, get out of my own head about what I thought other people would think about my content. You have to stop depending on family and friends to blow up whatever it is you're doing. Whether you're a content creator, whether you own a fashion brand, whether you have a basketball team, whether you're selling candy or purses or necklaces or bracelets, I don't care what you're doing, you can't depend on family and friends to blow it up. Now, the love and support that you get from family and friends is priceless, right? Like when I get a text from my dad, and shout out to my dad, man, who is arguably my number one fan and motivates me so much when it comes to this YouTube thing. See, my dad, who I'm named after, shout out to Tony Sr., man, the biggest there is, man. He showed me a lot of things in life, and being a very reserved, laid back, humble man of God, my dad didn't give me a lot of verbal direction towards, hey, do this, do this, do this. But what he's always done is supported me. And so if you have a dad, if you have a mom, if you have grandparents, you have aunties, maybe you have a coach or somebody that's always in your corner supporting you no matter what you do, then you know how it feels when somebody reaches out to you and say, hey, I watched your video today. I really like what you were talking about. I love those sneakers that you reviewed today. My dad always showed me support, but my dad is only one person. And I had to realize no matter how many times my dad watches my videos, and I hope that he continues to watch every video, the point I'm trying to make is there's a lot of people out here that get disappointed when their family or friends do not like or subscribe or sign up for whatever it is that you're pushing out. The reality is, no matter how big your family is, they're not big enough to blow you up. Another thing that I learned along this journey from 0 to 1K is that you can't be afraid to change it up. Originally, I started about, 8.5 months ago, since I originally started taking YouTube seriously and actually posting videos and not getting on here and consuming other people's content, is that I was gonna record sneaker reviews. I'm like, look, I buy sneakers all the time. I buy clothes all the time. I actually was shooting fashion content on Instagram I would say from 2020 to, I'd say probably the end of 2021. And I had some brand sponsorships through my podcast and things of that nature. So I was already in a certain lane. So I said, when I got over here to YouTube, I was gonna bring that over here. But I soon learned that there's so many layers to who I really am. And I'll talk about that part in a second, but I had to learn that it's okay to change it up. Sometimes I put out sneaker content. Sometimes I do vlogs. Sometimes I want to, on my YouTube Shorts feed, because I am a former basketball coach, and I say once a coach, always a coach, I want to post basketball content on my YouTube Shorts feed. So a lot of people that you watch on YouTube, they tell you that you need to get into one lane and stay in that lane. And because I would hear that so much, I would start to get discouraged. I would be like, man, dang, well, how can I really be me if I'm only going to talk about sneakers? Because the truth is, that's not everything that I am. Like, it's so much more to me than just sneakers. So the fact that I post YouTube Shorts and some of my basketball shorts have gotten up to 50K views. You know, I had some that, you know, multiple shorts that have done over 5K, over 10K, 20K, 15K. But I will say this, I still have been successful in my own right, posting vlogs and sneaker content in long form as I have been posting shorts. And those have all been about different things. Now, are they still in my, are they still in line with what I want to accomplish here on this channel? Yes, it's sports, it's life, it's culture, it's fashion. So it's just me posting it in different ways. They're different topics, it's not just one. And so I will say this, it's okay to change up what you're doing along the way, but don't get discouraged when you change up something and put out something different and it doesn't get the same response. If you love it and you enjoy it and it falls in line with what you're trying to accomplish, continue to do it. Being authentic it is so hard. And I'm just being honest. If you're watching this video, maybe you already got it figured out when it comes to being authentic. And when I mean being authentic, I don't mean being fake. I mean really letting people know who you are. I get inspired when I hear the stories of people who have went from nothing to something and what they went through along the way. You never know who you're going to inspire when you're truly being yourself. To this channel, you're not going to see a hype beast. You're not going to see a person who goes out to pay a ridiculous amount of money for a pair of shoes just to say I have them. I'm going to bring to you what I like and what I deem to be fashionable, and I'm going to talk about it on this channel. Now, that allows me to be authentic and also connect with people who might not necessarily love the hype beast stuff. People who might want to see the shoes that I bring to this channel. People who may love Jordan 14s or may love Jordan 5s or may love, Jordan 11s or whatever it is, because the reality is a lot of the sneaker YouTube channels, man, they're all about trying to get early pairs, trying to bring them to the channel as early as possible. And it's just a fight to do the same thing over and over. So I said, I'm going to be authentically me. And I'm gonna bring sneakers, I'm gonna talk about fashion, I'm gonna talk about my clothing brand, Raw Melon, and whatever audience God has out there for me, I'm gonna connect with them and I'm gonna inspire them and I'm gonna find a way how I can help them. Another thing that I learned about getting 1K subscribers or going from 0 to 1K is that you have to run your own race. You know, it's hard for me not to connect this to, a biblical story or, God's word. But I will say this, that we all have a race that God has put us here to run. And you can't focus on running your race when you're focused on somebody else running their race. You gotta run your race at your own pace. And whatever pace that is God has set for you, you have to run that race according to that pace. And that can be very challenging. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. When you get on YouTube and you see people that have, you know, if I was to compare this to a 40-yard dash, you got some people that's running a 4.2, which is elite speed, fastest in the world. Some people getting thousands of subscribers a day. You know, they're just blowing up with everything they touch. And then there's you who, in my case and in my story, has taken 8 months to get to 1K. But I did have some major peaks during that time, and I also had some major valleys. But I learned the whole way. I found out some different resources. I found out what I needed to help me grow. And when you're running your race, man, you gotta constantly learn. You gotta constantly be studying and doing research and figuring out where you fall short at and what's out there that you can get as far as resources to help you. For me, it was vidIQ. I did use vidIQ, the free version of it, for a while, and it's only so much it's gonna do for you. I actually had to pay for the subscription, and the subscription allows me to have an AI generator that helps me with titling my videos, helps me with the description of my videos, it helps me with tags. It does give you some thumbnail help, but I've been learning myself how to create better thumbnails, and that's another thing I'm starting to change up on my channel. So if you're seeing my thumbnails, let me know what you think about my old ones versus my new ones, and if you guys think they're better. I think they're better. I think I'm getting better. But again, you have to constantly be learning during this process, and the only way you're gonna learn and grow is to run your own race and focus on your race. Don't focus on nobody else. If you can tell the difference between this video and my wife being behind the camera, I'm pretty sure, just drop a comment in the comment section to let me know. But I decided to record this video on my own. But I will say this, man, find out how you can bless others through your content. And as long as you're being a blessing to others, you're going to prosper and you're going to grow. So hopefully this video has blessed you guys, going from 0 to 1K. And it took me 650,000 views to get to 1K. That's crazy. Just saying it sounds crazy, but 650,000 views to get to 1K. Hopefully it takes you a lot less. If it takes you more, hey, don't worry about it. Just focus on running your race. But as I say always, man, you know the saying, love is free, hate costs. You've been watching Mud Talk with your boy, Coach T. I'm out.
Subscribe, like, comment, hit that post notification.
Oh yeah, you heard it first and foremost.
Go hit the like, go subscribe, go all that.
All that, man.